Welcome to day 7 of this 7-day Eat with Love challenge. How was day 6 for you? Can you see the power in trusting yourself and trusting your body and looking at and feeling really the difference between not trusting and trusting? Listening to yourself, listening to that gut instinct. So if you'd like to share how it's been for you, what day 6 was, what you've learnt, then please share it in the comments. We'd love to know. Here we are, the last day of the challenge. Though there is just one more piece of the puzzle that I will share with you tomorrow in another video. Or, well, there's many pieces actually, and 10 to be exact. 10 lessons that have helped me to not only get rid of my food addiction, but to build a better relationship with my body and with myself. That finally has me enjoying the food that I eat, knowing what foods that I do want to eat, what my body would love to have. I get to appreciate the food on my plate. I get to enjoy the food on my plate, and I get to let go of every fucked up rule and every fucked up shoulda, coulda, wouldas and guidelines and all of that crap that I have tried to live by very, very unsuccessfully. I get to let go of all of that because all it ever did was only make me feel worse about myself. There are so many people out there who have lots of ideas. There are experts and studies and information, all that stuff. And it's, of course, all well and good. We need to learn. And there's a lot of good stuff that comes out. But unfortunately, it can get twisted and turned around to mean other things. And the only way to navigate that is to listen to yourself, to listen to what is right for you in all of that. Food is a relationship. I have stressed that, I think, hopefully enough throughout this video series to have you understanding that. Because you have to eat. You cannot get away with eating. There is no getting around that. And when you try not to eat, your body responds with neglect, with malnourishment, not just from the food itself, but from the emotion and the feelings that you integrate into the practice of not eating. When there are so many different reasons why not to eat, there are so many rules and regulations that we place on food. There is too much of this, too little of that, and none of it is really about the joy and the pleasure of eating food. We eat too fast, we eat too much, we put all this crap onto food, all the shame and the guilt and the horrible feelings, and it's not a fun experience anymore. There's just too much stuff that goes into the meal that we choose to eat. It's supposed to be a simple act, a loving act, a connected act when we sit down and have food with friends and family, or even just with ourselves. It is connecting to ourselves. It is connecting to others. So many cultures use food as a way to connect. And they put a lot of love into the foods that they make. So when you notice all that has led you to where you are right now with your relationship with food, you'll also notice that none of the things, probably, maybe not none, but maybe a lot of the things that you have done in the past have not been appropriate for you. That they were someone else's put-upons. They have put them upon you. We all do it in one way or another. I am not guilt-free of this. I do my best not to, but we all have an opinion. We all think that we're right. We all think we know all the information and that all of the information is the information and that's what we need to pass on. And we all have these complicated conversations around food. And yes, I admit freely and honestly that I am not guilt-free when it comes to sharing maybe too much about food because I love this topic. It ignites me. It sparks me up. And I think I know everything. And I think that you should know everything. You should know everything that I know. I've learned all of this stuff and I want to share it with everyone. And I get maybe a bit of verbal diarrhea sometimes when it comes to it and think that I am the only one that's right here. And we all kind of do that in one way or another with a lot of things. So when it comes to those conversations that we can have with other people, it often feels confronting. It often feels overwhelming and a little scary and maybe a little controlling, and all of these negative feelings can come into play. So that's when we get to challenge it. We get to question it. We get to step back from it and just see it from a different perspective and know that we don't have to take it on board. Yes, it might be right for that person. Yes, that person might be saying a lot of wonderful, inspiring things, but it doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily be right for you in your life, what your body needs, what you need, what your lifestyle is like. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the choices that you make when it comes to food. So challenging what anybody says, challenge what I say, challenge everything that I've said in this challenge maybe, and see if it is right for you. This challenge has been designed to be fairly easy to begin with. It's putting a few things in place so that you can really start to eat with love and find your way through it in your own way. I, yes, have a lot to say, but I truly am just here to guide you. It is then up to you to take on board what you need to take on board and then utilize it in a way that makes you feel good. So that brings us to what day 7 is, and that is integration, is integrating all that you have learned so far, understanding the relationship that you have with food, knowing that you can challenge it, see things from a different perspective, sit with yourself, relax, ask the questions, trust yourself, listen to yourself, feel what your body needs. So doing that is important, just kind of reflecting on what the last 6 videos have been for you, what each one has helped you to see differently and feel differently about your relationship with food. And then take that and keep going with it. This doesn't stop just because the challenge is over. You have the rest of your life to live now. You've got many, many days ahead of you. And you have at least 3 meals a day that you're going to be eating, depending on your lifestyle. So why not choose to eat them with love? To feel relaxed, to trust yourself, to be guided to foods that love you and nourish you in ways that maybe you've always hoped for, in ways that you've wanted to feel. So think back about how the experience has helped your feelings about food, how it's helped them to shift, how has it changed them on an emotional level, a physical level, energetically. This is just the beginning, but hopefully you can feel a little something has moved already. Thank you so much for watching this 7-day Eat with Love challenge. And if you'd like more ways to listen, learn, and love, then please subscribe to the Love Body Woman channel. Nourishment isn't a moment, it's a relationship. And you get to choose what this relationship is. You get to choose whether it's kind, you get to choose whether it's riddled with guilt and with shame, you get to choose whether it's loving. You get to choose any of the feelings and emotions that are out there. There's gazillion of them. You get to choose which ones you want to feel. So keep going. Keep integrating what I have shared with you so far. Using these lessons and these challenges so that you too can eat with love and feel good about the choices that you make. And if you want just a little bit more, then I invite you to come back tomorrow for the next video that is going to share with you some lessons I have learned about my food addiction, about food in general, and about myself. For now, thank you so much for joining me on this 7-day Eat with Love challenge. It has been a pleasure creating this for you and sharing this with you. And I truly hope that you have made just a little teeny tiny shift to begin with so that you can eat with love. Remember, nourishment isn't about what you eat. It's about how you receive it. And I will continue to be right here beside you, also eating with love. And I will see you tomorrow for one last challenge video.